Four magicians were introduced: Denial Atlas, Merritt McKinney, Jack Wilder, and Henley Reeves. Each had their own unique tricks and amazed audiences in various places. A mysterious man was secretly observing them at all times. It all began when Denial and the others found a tarot card marked with an eye symbol. The card was an invitation with an address, instructing them to come. Denial and Henley arrived at the location, where Denial asked Henley to wait. However, Henley told Denial that she was no longer her assistant. The two argued in front of Merritt, where Denial clarified that they had never been a couple. Jack arrived, expressing his admiration for Denial. He then inquired why they were standing outside, and they explained that the door was locked. Jack unlocked the door, revealing a rose with a note. When Henley placed the flower in water, smoke began to rise. Upon switching on a light bulb, they were astounded by the advanced technology and information inside. Fast forward to 1 year later in Las Vegas, the four magicians performed a show called The Four Horsemen, sponsored by insurance mogul Arthur Tressler. The audience was informed that they would rob a bank that night, and former magician Thaddeus Bradley was present to observe. Despite the agents telling Thaddeus that recording was prohibited, he secretly recorded the performance. The horsemen selected an audience member and took his bank details, informing the crowd that Arthur Tressler was also present. Merritt hypnotized the man and inserted a machine into his head. The man signed a tarot card and they transported him to the Credit Republican Bank of Paris. The audience watched as the man activated a button that caused the bank's vault money to be sucked into air vents and showered onto the Las Vegas crowd. Meanwhile, the Paris vault was found empty, with its contents gone and a tarot card left behind alongside the show ticket. FBI agent Dylan Rhodes and French Interpol agent Alma Dre were assigned to investigate the case. They arrested the four horsemen, but Alma revealed to Dylan that they had stolen $3.2 million. Dylan was frustrated when he found out he had to work with Interpol. Alma told him that their witness was unreliable because he believed the magic was real. The agents questioned the audience member used in the robbery, but he insisted he had never stolen and that it was all magic, claiming he had been teleported from Las Vegas to Paris. Alma explained to Dylan that the man had been hypnotized during the show, which caused his odd behavior. Dylan eventually agreed to work with Alma. Agent Fuller warned Dylan about Merritt, but despite their investigation, they failed to gather evidence. When they questioned Denial, he outsmarted them, stealing Dylan's phone and returning it later. The horsemen were eventually released due to lack of evidence. Dylan and Alma discovered that Thaddeus Bradley was the only one who had recorded the show and could provide crucial evidence. They visited Thaddeus, who debunked the magician's tricks, showing them how the horsemen's methods worked. Thaddeus revealed that Lionel Shrike had committed suicide after exposing his own magic tricks. He also explained that the horsemen's robbery was pre-planned. They had not teleported the man to the bank. Instead, they sent him to a duplicate location, forged his signature using his credit card, and hypnotized him. When they stole the money, it was converted into fake bills that could easily be burned. Merritt later offered to be Henley's personal assistant, even saying he could be her prostitute whenever she wanted. Meanwhile, Alma and Dylan made peace with each other. Denial, sitting on a plane with Arthur, explained he had to practice for a show. Arthur volunteered to help with the practice, unknowingly falling victim to their trick. The horsemen had already anticipated Dylan's next move and had tracked his cell phone, knowing exactly what he was planning. Arthur met with Thaddeus, and Thaddeus wished the horsemen good luck with their performance in Orleans. The horsemen performed various tricks that amazed the audience. At the finale, Merritt guessed the bank balances of audience members after they wrote them down and placed the envelopes on their heads. Arthur was called on stage, and it was revealed that his bank balance was $140 million. The horsemen performed their magic, transferring Arthur's money to the audience. They revealed that everyone in the audience had been a victim of Arthur's insurance company. Arthur's legs were cuffed, rendering him immobile while the audience celebrated their newfound wealth. Dylan and Alma tried to apprehend the horsemen, but they managed to escape. Dylan lost track of them, and Arthur met with Thaddeus, offering him a huge sum of money to expose the horsemen. Dylan apologized to Alma for his earlier behavior. Alma confided in him, suspecting that the horsemen were connected to a secret organization called the Eye, which fought for the victims of injustice. Dylan discovered a tracking chip in his phone, revealing that the horseman had been following his every move. He devised a plan to place the chip back in his phone and trapped the horsemen using their own tricks. Denial informed Jack about the FBI agents' arrival at their apartment. The other 3 horsemen escaped, leaving Jack behind to destroy the evidence. Bradley witnessed the escape and saw Jack fighting with Dylan before his car crashed in a fiery accident. Dylan rushed to the car, retrieved the evidence, and just as the car exploded, Jack died. The 3 horsemen were devastated by the news. Dylan and his team discovered that the horsemen's next target was a private security contractor who had embezzled $1 million. They planned to rob the safe at Elkhorn Manufacturing. The horsemen posted a YouTube video about Jack, telling the world that they would finish what they started. The FBI followed the truck carrying the locker containing the stolen money, eventually finding it at a location called 5 Points, where the horsemen's final show was taking place. The FBI caught Bradley with the locker and suspected that he was the 5th horseman. The locker was found to be filled with balloons. The horsemen said goodbye to the audience at their final performance at 5 Points, vanishing in a shower of counterfeit money. Alma stopped Dylan from shooting them, but the locker found in Thaddeus's car led to his arrest as a presumed accomplice. Dylan met Thaddeus in prison, where Thaddeus explained that the horsemen had used a massive mirror to hide the safe and tricked the FBI with a fake locker. Jack had faked his death, and they used a decoy car. Dylan revealed that he was the 5th horseman and had taken revenge on Arthur for refusing to claim the insurance after his father's death. At Central Park, Dylan inducted the horseman into the eye, revealing his secret. In Paris, Dylan met Alma and shared the truth about the horseman. Alma expressed her feelings for him, promising to keep his secret.